Greetings gamers! In this video I will show you the 4 best fairy will cores and generations I think you should be using in Crystal Battlefield. You are free to choose any elemental formation you want and see what works best for you. The most important thing that you should learn in this video is how to set up your fairy, will cores and generations properly. Each of one of the 4 deployed fairies can be equipped with 1 will core and 4 will generation. Once you click the Will Set button, you will see the summary of your equipped cores and generation, including the ones your assist fairies have. Please be reminded that the will cores skills equipped on the assist fairies does not take effect, and you will only gain the stats on the core, which will be then added to your character's overall stats. Additional stats gained are displayed in the other attributes section. You should review this and not solely focus on your will core skill level, because it has a big impact on what are the stats your character is receiving from your equipped fairy will cores and generation. Overall, it will also dictate the course of your build. I personally focus on raising my percentage stats than regular stat points because they are actually hard to gain and build up. Percentage stats are the best multipliers in the game, so I advise that you should also focus on them to make your character stronger. In this section, you can save your will core and generation setup so you don't have to inlay them manually every time you dive into a different game mode. So if I click replace, my break-free setup will be replaced by plunder. Now let's talk about the 4 best will cores I think you should use in Crystal Battlefield. First will be the Will Core Fierce Attack, and I think it should be in every player's arsenal. It is just pure damage increase, and at max level 12 grants our characters 57% damage increase for the next 5 seconds, and the core skill has 15 seconds cooldown. You will know that the Fierce Attack buff is triggered once you see the yellow icon on your head, and you can also check it by clicking the buff icons below your character's health bar. The second will core is Slaughter. It works best when you attack players with health points 60% and below. Slaughter also drastically reduces their movement speed for a short while. At max level 12, additional damage ranges from 115% to 229% of attack, with a core skill cooldown of 8 seconds. The lower the health points your target has, the more damage you make. Sadly, it does not have any buff icon to notify us that it has been triggered. Well, let's just hope that it's doing its job. Third is God Bless, which is a defensive will core. We can't always go for pure offense because we might get bursted down by our opponents. At max level 12 and at 5 max stacks, you gain additional 25% for block and tenacity. For protection rate, it will be plus 12.5%. In addition, it also gives 20% damage reduction, which makes it insane. That is why I consider God Bless to be the best defensive will core in the game. Plus, it just stays active once you are in battle. The blue buff icon that you see is when God Bless buff is active. Fourth will be Rigidity. It grants 36% damage reduction for 4 seconds at max level 12. Once hit by an opponent 3 times in a row, you will gain a shield equal to 17% of your max HP lasting for 10 seconds. The condition for rigidity activation would be to get hit 3 times so that the shield will be up. Let's try hitting this giant boss so you will see the shield buff. There we go. We get a notification on the buff list that rigidity is active, and our character now has a visible spherical shield, which will absorb damage and will last for 10 seconds. For will generation, I will also give you 4 options. First is Soul Hunt. With 4 sets, hence level 4, you will gain 29% damage increase once your target is slowed, immobilized, or stunned. During PvP engagement, players usually start with crowd control skills to hold their targets down. That is why this has been a favorite will generation among players. Second is Break Free, at max set of 4. Once triggered, your character gains 15% critical rate increase and 54% critical damage increase lasting for 8 seconds. For trigger activation, please note that God Bless and Fighting will cores cannot trigger its effect. You can use Fierce Attack, Slaughter, or Rigidity to trigger it. As you can see, Fierce Attack was triggered, and it was then followed up by Break Free. Third is Plunder, which is my personal favorite. It grants the fairies the ability to do life steal for you, which enables you to last longer in battle. At max level, 22% of their damage dealt to your opponents will be converted to your HP. This generation stays active and does not have a cooldown, which is the same as Soul Hunt. The fourth one is Sprout of Flower at max set level 4 grants fairies 83% damage increase with a penalty of 10% cooldown increase, which is not that bad in my opinion, but in return makes their ultimate fairy skills much more lethal. In this section I will present the 3 best will core ratio you can do. First is 2 or 2 sets of the same core type. I will not be elaborating much more on this because I think it is very much self-explanatory. You can just pause the video if you wish to review the examples I have written below. Next is 3:1 ratio or 3 of the same to 1 of different type. And last is 2:1 or 2 of the same and 2 sets of different core types. The reason why we go for this ratios is because each of the 3 combos will allow you to attain minimum 1 core skill at max level 12. Among the 3, you should aim for the first ratio, which is 2 to 2, meaning you can achieve 2 max level 12 core skills. By this time, the whole tutorial for the best will cores and generation used for Crystal Battlefield is done. If you wish to continue watching, we recently had our Crystal Battlefield match in our server 417, which I included in this video. We actually lost the round before this one by a few points, so I decided to go full offensive with 3 fierce attack cores, thus level 12, and 1 slaughter core, which is level 4. The will generation I used is 4 sets break free level 4. Enjoy the match. I had to work extra hard on this game because they are avoiding me at center platform, which is a good strategy on their part. Luckily, I had my guild members calling out their movement and locations, and so I was able to repel them as soon as possible.
Yeah, all day and all night, we'd stay up, it felt so right. We were so young, we were so dumb, we would get drunk and then hook up. We were okay, we were alright, staying awake till the sunrise. We were in love, couldn't stop us, like a good drug, never run off. We hook up in my car, driving so far, play you guitar, you'd show me your art. Let down our guards, think with our hearts, stare at the stars, we were never apart. Drinking too young, way too much fun, out in the sun, orbit when it's gone. Took you to prom, dance to our song, dance all night long till the lights come on.
When I play Crystal Battlefield, I usually need to check for opponent spawn killing, so I have to move around the map a lot. Instead of moving forward from center platform towards enemy base, I usually end up circling back to our base to check. I found them. I'm not a fan of this, but it is what it is. Whatever it takes to win, as they say.
We could be. And how careless we could be. And how careless we could be. And how careless we could be. Late nights, long fights, it felt right, we were alive. We would go out, we were so loud, we were so proud, we had no doubts. Weekends and weekdays, we'd spend our own way. We were careless, we were fearless, we were reckless, time was precious.
We love to waste time, whiskey and wine, drinking all night, asleep by your side. Finally alive, we would just drive, never arrive. Our journey was live, staying out late, testing our fate, running away. We live for today, young and so bold, never get old. Screw what we're told, we can't be controlled.
It's too late now, I remember everything. And how careless we could be. 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 And how careless we could be.
Too late now, I remember you and me. How careless we could be.
I hope you enjoyed this video and hopefully you learned something new. Drop a like, comment, and maybe subscribe to my YouTube channel, which I'm still building up. Thanks for watching and happy gaming.